Hi, this is Richard Dunn from Evoca. In this video I'm going to show you how to attach these particle systems that we've made to the player so that they follow you around, giving the effect that the entire level is experiencing the weather systems that we've created. So the first thing we have to do is just locate our player start. Now in this case it's over here in this gully here. So what we need to do is we need to put our weather systems over the top of the player. So what we're going to do is we're just going to even these out a little bit. So we're just going to create another third one there. And we're just going to create a selection of all of these by holding down Control. And let's find our player. And while holding Shift, let's just move ourselves over there with the weather system. And go into the top view and just center this over the player so that it's going to be about there. So we'll come back to perspective. Now as you can see, our player is well and truly completely within the rain in this case, and all the little splashes that go with it. So all we need to do is go into Kismet, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a new event. Now in this case the event we want is you, the player, being spawned into the world, because you want this effect to be there from the moment you are appearing in the world. So we're going to go right click, new event, player spawned. That's our starting point. Now the next node that we're going to use is one that's going to attach these systems to the player spawned. So we're going to come in here, we're going to right click, and we're going to go new action, into the actor, attach to actor. Now we're going to connect that like so, and we've got some parameters here that we need to fill in. The first thing it's asking us, what do we want to attach an actor to? What is the target of this node? Well, that target is you, the player spawned. So we need to create a reference to the player start, or you. So what we need to do here is add new variable, player, and we just connect that up. So now we've said when you're spawned into the world, attach an actor to the player. So the only question left now is attach what to the player, and that's what we do here. So what we need to do is we need to go through these particle systems one at a time. So the first one we're going to select that, and if we right click in here we're going to see new object variable using emitter 10. You just want to click that and we want to attach it. And that alone is going to work. If we shut that, so if we come in here and we go play in active viewport, we can see that we have our rain and our splashes, and as we walk the effect is following us. But we've only attached one particle, so it's going to seem as though the rain's getting lighter. So we need to attach the rest. So we'll come back into Kismet, and we'll just attach all the rest of these nodes. So we'll just sort of set them up like they are in the viewport, 3 by 3 by 2 I should say. And the last one. And that is all there is to it. So we'll shut that. So if we hit play, we get this. And with some fog in the scene, it looks pretty stormy and wet. Now you could tweak this forever. This is just a good starting point. As you can see, as we move through the world, the rain is following us. So we'll escape that. And that pretty much sums up how to attach an object to an actor. Now there's one little trick to this that explains what to do if things go wrong. If you're going to attach some kind of static mesh to your character, say you want to pick up an object, not through code but just by attaching it to the actor for some reason, there is a trick. So the first thing you have to know is that anything that you want to attach to a player cannot be a static mesh. It needs to be what's called an interp actor or an interpolating actor. What I've done here is I've found a mesh. Now this is a static mesh. If we want to put that in front of the player and have that walk around with the player for some strange reason, we need to select the mesh, we need to right click, and we need to add interp actor monk statue. So we could add the static mesh monk statue, but that wouldn't work. We need to do it as an interp actor. So if we do that, we get it just sitting above the ground a little bit in front of the player. What we can do then is we can come back into Kismet with that selected, and we can add another reference. New object variable using interp actor 1. Now if we connect that, sometimes this will not work. Now it's not because it's broken or there's anything wrong with what you've done. It's just that sometimes the attach to actor doesn't like you adding more than 5 or 6 objects into one pin. So in this case, let's see if it works. And it's not. As you can see, it's not moving with us at all. So this is an example of where it's broken. So the way we need to fix this is we just need to grab that, Control W it, bring it down here, deselect all those pins by alt clicking on them to break the links, route this off the player spawned, delete our interp actor reference, and just put that in on its own node. And again, add the player as the target. As you can see now, the statue is following the player. It's moving up and down with the player. And as we walk up this hill, it's still there. So this can be useful for a lot of reasons. Now if you're wanting to create an effect of heavy rain, what we do is we make a cylinder, and we have a cylinder with a panning rain material on it, and we then attach that cylinder to the player exactly like this, and we fade it out so it doesn't intersect the ground, and we have it going far enough up into the sky that you can't see the top. So we'll do another little video on that, but that pretty much sums up our weather systems. Thank you.